Right, a message to Niall Ranger here. Newcastle United player. I say player, I use that term loosely.
The whole point of video creation is to make the viewer feel something. Brian Davis, aka True Geordie, definitely does that. And whether you love him or hate him, he can convey emotion and tell a good story, which is a large factor in his success. From humble beginnings, it's an easy story to root for. YouTube often serves as a petri dish for larger-than-life characters to emerge. But when you're on the internet and you make a mistake, your punishment is decided by a trial in the comments section. In other words, the more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out. In order to understand the True Geordie's success and current fall from grace, we need to go back. True Geordie today is known for creating high-production content that revolves mostly around sports commentary and podcasts. However, on the 21st of January 2013, Brian uploaded his first YouTube video titled A True Geordie's View on Niall Ranger, in which he shares himself ranting about the ex-Newcastle United forward after the striker came out and told the Newcastle fans not to bother turning up if they were going to boo. The video went viral and he quickly gained a following and notoriety due to his passionate and honest take on the situation. This resulted in him coining the name True Geordie and uploading more regularly. The videos that followed would be mostly centered around True Geordie dissecting opinions on Newcastle and other Premier League games that took place the previous weekend. This would lead to opportunities working with brands like Copper 90 and Football Daily. Brian has stated that one of his biggest inspirations is Joe Rogan, and that his ideal career would basically be the British Joe Rogan in terms of fight commentary and podcasts. True Geordie met sports blogger Lawrence McKenna while working with Football Daily and other football brands in the UK. Over time, the two developed a close relationship and decided to start working together to build the True Geordie brand after disliking the way a lot of these companies would operate. On the 23rd of September 2016, 3 years after uploading his first ever YouTube video, Brian and Lawrence came together to take their first steps into the podcast world, where to begin with, they would post episodes featuring fellow YouTubers. However, they would begin to diversify the guests as their profiles grew, and as the episodes went by, it got a reputation for being an honest and raw show that doesn't shy away from difficult topics. The podcast was an opportunity for Brian to mould and really take his career where he wanted it to be. As his podcast and channel developed, Brian and Lawrence diversified into a wide range of content, which would result in them launching a new channel, partnered with social media fan engagement company Ball Street. The channel was titled XO and launched on the 17th of February 2018, with fellow YouTubers Stephen Tries, Willen E and Cam Kirkham, who were both also from Newcastle. However, in June 2019, XO abruptly stopped uploading to the channel after a breakdown in communication between Ball Street and the XO boys. Ball Street had heavily invested in the channel and didn't get the return on investment that they had hoped for. On the 2nd of January 2018, Brian uploaded a video in response to Logan Paul's Suicide Forest video. In the video, Geordie gives a gut-wrenching and emotional perspective on the situation, after speaking about his own personal history of suicide. After commentating on the Joe Weller fight the year before, Geordie would host a second press conference for the KSI vs Logan Paul fight on the 18th of July 2018. However, during the press conference, Logan unexpectedly left the stage before Geordie had asked the opening question. Logan later made a video explaining why he left the press conference, claiming that Brian was biased towards KSI. Logan felt Brian was biased after Geordie uploaded his response to the Suicide Forest video earlier in the year. Geordie responded to Logan by stating that he felt indifferent towards the Paul brothers, and that he did not, in fact, hate them. As a result of the beef, he nearly didn't commentate on the KSI vs Logan Paul fight. However, this caused upset within the YouTube community and led to a petition of over 15,000 signatures to get him reinstated as commentator. On the 21st of August 2018, 4 days before the KSI vs Logan Paul boxing event, Logan reinstated Brian as commentator on the fight after he appeared on the True Geordie's podcast, and led to them eventually becoming friends. Over a year later, Geordie mediated the second press conference for the second fight. However, he didn't commentate on the actual fight as a result of Sky Sports holding the rights to the box office. This would subsequently lead him to commentate on the fight on his own live streaming show. On the 6th of February 2019, True Geordie and Lawrence would take the concept of live sports commentary and create a show titled The Kickoff, a separate channel which focused purely on football, more specifically live Premier League games. It was refreshing to see a YouTube show that actually cared about production and cinematography, and actually provided a semi-unique concept of having each panel member be a fan of a different Premier League club, offering varied perspectives, despite how bad some of the takes may be. On the 19th of August 2019, True Geordie's world got rocked when a Twitter user leaked a screenshot of Brian sexting a woman via Instagram. This resulted in memeing and trending across the internet due to the messages being of incredibly kinky nature. Shortly after the screenshots were released, he got arguably the wittiest creator in the UK, Stephen Tries, to roast him on his own podcast, which was honestly the best move, because if you take the power away by laughing at yourself, it always dies down pretty quickly. Or so Brian thought. On the 25th of July 2021, True Geordie and Lawrence McKenna watched the Clash of the Creators event, a charity YouTube football game. Lawrence made comments bashing everything from the production value to condescending remarks on smaller creators who showed up. YouTuber Jackmate responded to his comments by stating,
I've got to say, I thought you come across as a bit of a prick in it, mate, to be honest. I know it's your event and I don't expect you to give your opinions on it, but again, it's a charity event that a fucking 16-year-old dreamt up, and then you dedicated it in memory to your fucking dad that passed away. You don't need to make shitty comments. And
Lawrence responded to the backlash and apologised by stating, I play fast and loose with how I make jokes sometimes. People who watch me regularly know that I trust an audience to interpret my intentions. In this instance, I didn't understand the full context of who it was upsetting. I'm sorry to the people that I upset, I didn't intend that. Jokes often need to be watertight, and these weren't always that. For a number of months, True Geordie has had ongoing squabbles with Andrew Tate, who both publicly mentioned their dislike for one another.
Bear in mind, like, he was like 7th on the list of stories to talk about back in 2018.
Yeah.
So he was in there, and like him having the ego he has, he was all like crying about it, like hating me, and I was like, okay, moving on. Like, and I just forgot about it. And like from that moment on, he's like, someone challenged me, like, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck, mate. Like, you know what I mean? So, so he's still talking about it to this day, and I'm like, I'm living in your head rent free, mate. You're literally so bothered about me. Like, everyone's talking about him, he's talking about me.
I saw a True Geordie clip. Would you ever fight Andrew Tate? Well, if I ever saw Andrew Tate, I'd punch him in the face.
I fucking dare you to try,
I dare you.
Fatso.
I double dare you.
I dare you, fatty. You fat fuck. I dare you to even try it. You wouldn't do shit. Fucking dare. You wouldn't
but
do
I don't want to
thing.
go running every day. So, if you ran every day, you wouldn't get your fucking ass handed to you.
You ain't gonna do a thing.
Nobody. It's
True
embarrassing.
Geordie, this is another message.
Embarrassing.
No, this is
Can
another
I
message.
suck the dildo?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with
I
these
will
people?
fight KSI and True Geordie in the same night. Make that for a YouTube boxing show. I will beat both of them. I will beat both of them. Sorry, True Geordie, you're gonna have to take some time off sucking things and go for a little bit of a run.
Geordie's new nemesis, Andrew Tate, had recently become a Muslim, and on the 7th of November 2022, True Geordie and co-host Lawrence were live streaming a Chelsea game when a fan asked into the chat if Brian would be fighting Andrew Tate, to which he would go on to say,
Andrew Tate's got God on his side now. There's no way Brian would win that.
Although I would gladly blow myself up if I could take that fucking shitbag with us.
That's the use of a stereotype there, which is obviously not what he...
I'm just saying, if he really wants to prove it, do the right thing.
Viewers of the livestream quickly clipped up the livestream and headed to Twitter and TikTok to share their disapproval of Brian's comments. Following the swarm of controversy, Tate was quick to respond to Geordie in an explosive rant.
So this person is genuinely a piece of shit. And now, after me converting to Islam, he made a piece on one of his podcasts saying that I'm not true in my conversion, and then insulted all Muslims, saying that Muslims blow themselves up, and that I should go blow myself up. We should all blow ourselves up, making fucking racist comments about an entire religion, as if that's somehow funny. If True Geordie, if you're watching this is a message directly to you. There are certain times in life you need to know when to shut the fuck up. There are certain things which are not funny. Certain things are not beyond reprisal. You don't sit and insult a man's religion. Just like you don't insult a man's entire company and the people who work for him. That's one thing. But to insult my religion, and the religion of billions of people across the fucking planet, making ignorant jokes about fucking blowing ourselves up, thinking that it's going to go without consequence, you're going to learn very quickly, my friend, that was a mistake.
On the 8th of November 2022, a day after the live stream, Geordie uploaded a 20-minute apology video titled, I'm Sorry, where he and Lawrence discussed the comments and backlash.
You know, I don't believe any religious stereotype, just to be clear, whether it be all priests are pedos or all Jewish people run the world and are rich. Like, your babies are Muslim, bro.
But that's what I'm saying
but for me, knowing that is like, when Lawrence's son was born, it meant a lot, you know, to me. I miss my mum. keep rambling. But thanks again, guys, and we'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed it, and subscribe.
After the apology video was released, he received even more backlash, with the majority of people feeling like it wasn't a sincere apology, due to him talking about his own life for a large portion of the video, and that it was more of just an obligatory thing to do in order to save his reputation and brand relations. Some online commenters stated, "How does an apology for casual racism turn into a pity party for Brian's personal life? Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed and subscribed. Worst ending to an apology video in the history of apology videos. This isn't an apology, this is a please don't cancel me." As the hours clocked on, brands Geordie was associated with started to feel the pressure and the bombardment from the outcry, with Gymshark being one of his main sponsors being the first to disassociate themselves with Brian. They put out a statement on Twitter stating, "We do not condone racism, discrimination or Islamophobia in any form. We do not agree with the comments made by Brian, aka True Geordie, and have suspended our relationship with him indefinitely, effective immediately." As the first domino fell, as it always does in a cancellation, PokerStars, his other main sponsor, followed suit and ended their working relationship with him. On the 10th of November, Twitch, the main platform he uses to livestream his shows, banned him due to the controversy as well. This subsequently led to members of the kickoff also stepping back. Adam McCullough stated, "I was friends with Brian before the kickoff, so this whole episode has been a bit confusing for me personally. He has since reached out, which I appreciate. I genuinely don't think Brian is a bad person at heart. He just made a mistake. We all make mistakes at some point. The way it's been handled throughout though has been poor. Ultimately, I've made the decision to step back from my position on the kickoff." After being dropped from all of his sponsors and the backlash of the last apology video, True Geordie uploaded another video to his channel on the 11th of November 2022, titled "Listening, Learning and Changing." This time around, the video got to the point a lot quicker, with one person stating, "This style of short, genuine apology is always better than a mini 20-minute podcast, where topics can spiral and make you look worse and disingenuous. Unfortunately, mistakes have consequences, but I hope you're able to move forward." There are many creators online who have made mistakes, myself included at some point probably in the future. But if Logan Paul's career can continue after filming a dead body in a suicide forest and have redemption, then True Geordie might be alright. But does that excuse for what he said? Obviously not. People should be held accountable for their actions. But there are definitely people using this moment as an opportunity to try and cancel him forever. We've come to a point in society where as soon as someone makes a mistake, it becomes a bloodbath where every single thing is ripped away from you. So where do you draw the line? I don't know, but healthy communication, learning, and growth is always a good place to start. Thank you so much for watching this video and your support recently, it really does mean the world to me. Make sure to follow me on Instagram @PhatMemer, like, subscribe, and comment below what you want to see next.